Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa, and today in this video I'm going to answer the most frequently asked questions when it comes to the matrix of destiny. Thank you everyone for all your input. Thank you for all your questions. I also went through all my videos related to the matrix of destiny and also gathered some of the questions from your comments, from your questions, from your inputs as well. And I'm going to look at my screen on the laptop here to get all those questions. And I'm going to start with the first question, which is about the hour of birth. Is the hour of birth important? Because I was born on June 10th at 12 a.m., but without daylight savings time, my birthday would be at 11 p.m. on 9th of June. Does it matter? What day should I consider? That's an amazing question because I think I never talked about it in any of my videos related to the matrix of destiny. Never talked during any lives. Nobody asked it before. So that's an amazing question. Thank you for it. And in this particular case, in general, if you were born between midnight from 12 a.m. until 12:30, this half an hour, it's actually pretty important, because if it is you, if you were born even like 12:29 or 12:30, I would recommend you building two charts. Let's say in our case we have June 10th and we have June 9th. If you were born on June 10th at 12:15, build a chart for June 10th and build a chart for June 9th as well. And see how do you feel about those energies, how they are related to you, which energy resonates more with you, especially inside the middle energy. Is it more you, or another energy is more you, outside energy? Look at the karmic lessons as well. But what if we are kids, right? Like, how do we check this chart for the kid? The kid is not going to tell us how he feels and how he resonates with what kind of energy. So when I work with people, I also build matrix of resources chart, because I work not only using the matrix of destiny chart but also the matrix of resources. And based on resources and based on combining the matrix of destiny, I can actually see what chart looks better to the specific person. What date should I take? Is it June 10th or June 11th or June 9th in our case? So I would recommend you build it into a chart. But in majority of cases, if you were born even 12:05 or June 10th or 12 a.m., in majority of cases, I would say 90%, you should take the date, the official date when you were born. June 10th, 12:01 or 12 a.m. exactly. So you take the June 10th. But I would recommend double checking, because this half an hour makes a difference, because it's the shift we have in terms of the time. So if you were born between 12 to 12:30, build two charts and see how you feel about that. So that's why in some cases timing can be important, but about like daylight savings and this, it doesn't matter. It's just on the specific date when you were born, what time was it, and just build two charts, because yeah, it does make a difference, and we gotta see and we gotta analyze it. As like people who work in the field of numerology experts, we do analyze different charts. We combine different charts. We look at the matrix of resources as well, of different numbers, to see which date looks better for a person, fits better to the person. But yes, I would still consider like 90% if you were born between 12:30, let's say June 10th, for example. Still take June 10th. That would be your still primary one. Like in my practice, there's a little chance, like 5 to 10% of people only, who would have to take the date from the previous date, and in majority of cases it's not. Okay, let's move to the next one. I hope it makes sense. Hi, I would like to learn more about numerology, matrix, destiny. Do you sell ebooks, and about the details, meaning of every number, types of number, calculations, and etc. I do not sell any ebooks or any PDF files, but I do offer private numerology classes. So if you are interested to learn from me, in my private numerology classes, I teach both matrix of destiny and matrix of resources. I feel like it's a primary. It's important to know when you work with people, especially if you work with clients, you need to know the matrix of resources as well. By knowing the matrix of resources, it's kind of, they complement each other. By knowing matrix of resources, you can better understand the matrix of destiny. By knowing matrix of destiny, you can better understand the matrix of resources. So they go together, and I never separate them when I have consultations and sessions with people. So I do offer private classes. If you are interested in learning from me, feel free to reach out to me. You can send me a message on Instagram. You can leave a comment here below. I will reach out to you, whatever is more comfortable for you as well. And I'm also working on creating an online group course. So it's not private classes, but it's online group courses where I will teach as well the numerology, both matrix of destiny and resources. Next one, I have a question. I have an app for the destiny matrix, and I want to know if it is plus or minus energy, and how do you know? First of all, when it comes to different apps, actually a lot of you reach out to me daily almost, asking me to check different websites and the apps you use, because there is a website which I think is not accurate enough when it comes to the money and love lines. They are mixed up. You always ask me what resources to use to calculate the matrix of destiny. I will try to get some resources and link them in the description below, the resources which you can trust and make sure that it's accurate. Because yes, there is a website, I don't know which website you are guys using, but I know that some of you are sending it to me, which is not accurate. You can always double check. Let's say if it's a love or money line, you can just combine the numbers, sum up the digits, and see if it is right number. Because some of them, they do not make any sense. They're just random numbers, or they messed it up. They replace each other. So that's why I will try to find the good resources for you. If you don't want to calculate by hand, if you don't want to do it by yourself, you want to do fast and quick methods, I'll try to link them in the description below. And when it comes to the positive and negative energies, I talked about them in my previous videos, and all of the videos when I talked about the karmic lessons, when I talked about the money energies as well, and the outside energies. So the positive and negative energies, no app or website, none of them will tell you if your energy is positive or negative. Only you, nobody else except you, can tell you if you're positive or negative. Or maybe, like for example, me as a numerology expert, since I work with the both negative and positive energies, I know the definitions of them. I can feel when I talk to people, different phrases people say, different behaviors, actions. I can see and feel, okay, this energy is negative, you gotta work on it. It's just because I know it. But in general, no apps or no website, none of those things will tell you if your energy is positive or negative. The human needs to get involved into all of this. So the positive and negative, what does it mean? So every energy can be both positive and negative. By knowing the negative sides of the energy, like in general, our goal is to make sure that our energy is positive. When it's positive, it means that we are going to realize our potential, that we're using this energy to its maximum. All different spheres of our lives, like relationships, health, career, money, it's to its maximum. So our goal is to make sure that all of the energies, which is not realistic, being honest, that all of those energies are positive. The hardest ones are karmic lessons, right? So all three energies in the karmic tales, they are always will be given as negative to us, because they're testing how can we deal with it, can we go through it. So when we're born, they were given us from the negative perspective. If you feel like you don't have a problems with any of the energy in the karmic lesson, it just means that you understand your karmic lessons, that you know and you can deal with them. But the situations later on will come and test you from the negative side. Okay, how are you doing? Can you deal with that? Like, let's say if it's energy number 3 when it comes to relationships with your mother, just an example. And you know that at this moment you're doing good, but sometimes, like later on, some tests will come when it comes to your mom, like building the relationships or accepting who you are. Like maybe you are struggling to accept her in a different situation, so you'll be always test it out and see how you're doing, if it still triggers you. That's the whole point of the karmic lessons and the negative side of the energies. But our goal, by knowing the meanings of each energy, by knowing the positive and negative sides, we can acknowledge our negative sides as well. We can acknowledge where we have the problems, where we are struggling. So that's why it's important to know the negative sides as well, because that's where you can pay attention to. And by knowing the negative sides, you can see, I am doing something wrong. My energy right now is negative. Let's say the energy number 5. If you have energy number 5 in the middle, it all comes to learning and studying and sharing the knowledge. But maybe you do not want to study. You hate studying, and that's the negative side of the energy. And so by knowing that that's the negative side of the energy, you can see that you are not realizing your potential. You're not living to your maximum. You're not living to your destiny. You're not living to your purpose. That's a place for your growth. That's how you can grow, by learning all those negative sides of the energy. So that's why if you have energy number 5 in the middle, you always need to learn. The same with sharing the knowledge and sharing different information to other people and teaching. Maybe you are always greedy and you don't want to share the knowledge to other people. That's the negative side of the energy. That's the place where you can grow. That's very important. So know all the negative sides of the energies. They will help you a lot, and they will help you to grow, and they will help you to succeed. And that's why it's important to know. But again, yes, none of the apps will tell you if it's positive or if it's negative. Only you, or like a numerology expert who knows all those sides of the energy, the positive and negative. Let's say if you come to me, by talking to you, I can see if it's positive or negative. Okay? Would not the first energy be the Fool? I actually have 2 questions. Many people asking about the Fool. So there is energy number 22. The Fool belongs to 0 or number 1. If my number is 22, is it considered the world or the Fool? So I see where the confusion is coming from with some of the energies. Also with this trends. Somebody also asked me if the 8th energy is the strength. It all comes from tarot. I get when people know the tarot, and since the matrix of destiny, the whole chart is based on the energies from tarot, but it's a little bit different. It's not the major arcanas in tarot. It's not exactly the same as in tarot. So the Fool, yes, in tarot it's 0 energy, the 0. Everything starts with the Fool and everything finishes with the Fool. In the matrix of destiny, the 22nd energy is the Fool. And the same with the strength. In tarot, the strength is number 8. And in numerology, it's number 11. So do not mess it up with the tarot. I think like only these numbers can be confusing. The Fool, because it's 0, and tarot, and also with the strengths, because yes, in tarot the strengths in some cases it's number 8, but in tarot or in matrix of destiny, number 8 is the justice, right? So it's a little bit different in the matrix of destiny, and you gotta remember that. I'm the person who does work with tarot and work with matrix and numerology, right? Sometimes when it comes to when I do the tarot readings, because I work with numerology way more and way longer than with tarot readings, I started learning numerology first, and then I only started working with tarot. So that's why sometimes when I work with tarot, all those major arcanas like energy number 8 and 11, I do sometimes mess them up, because I'm more of the numerology person in majority of cases, because I do have more experience with that. Let's move to the next one. So my boyfriend and I have the same numbers in same order in career and relationship paths. Is it normal or something special? So all people come to our life for a reason. So if you have a partner or your best friend or your parents or anybody around you who shares the same career line, let's say a money line, it just means that maybe you were given to each other to create something together. Maybe you can help each other with all of those energies, also if it's especially in the relationships. So you share all those energies. Those all energies are important for both of you. So it's just showing you that you were given each other for a reason, and you see the reasons why. You see the reasons maybe was build a business together and help each other with a career and fulfillment. Maybe it because we don't just look at the career and relationships and love line. We also need to look at the karmic lessons. We also need to look at the middle number, because sometimes, let's say you're good with one number in your career and your partner is good with another number in your career, so maybe you can exchange. Maybe you can help each other, you can learn from each other. Also, we can do such a thing which is called when we combine two matrix of destinies charts. Why do we do that? Let's say the same with a partner. Let's say you see that you have the same career energies, love energies. There are so many similarities. You share so many same things. So when we combine two charts, let's say what's important to look, we'll look at the middle number and the karmic tail and try to see why you met. What is a karmic lesson? What can you give to each other? Sometimes you can clearly see that it's a good partnership in general, maybe work related, maybe romantic and family related. Maybe you were meant to build something together, like if we have 16th energy, right? Or we have 13th energy or 12th energy. Maybe you were meant to build a project together, helping and serving other people. Or maybe if it's in the karmic tail, maybe you're going to help each other with this specific lesson. That's what you can learn from this partnership. So by combining two matrices, two charts, we can see why you were given to each other, what kind of lessons you need to learn, what you can give, and what the partner can also teach you, and what you can share and learn together in these relationships. But when we see that the numbers are the same, it just means that, like in, let's say in career, that you guys can help each other. Use this opportunity. This person came to your life to help you grow, to help you succeed, to navigate you, maybe build something together, because that's how you can make money. That's how you can succeed both together. So by combining all of that, that's a huge opportunity. That's a lot of amazing energy. And in love, if you have the same love line with your partner, that's also amazing, because it just means that all of those characteristics, all of those behavior traits are important to you and important to your partner. So that's why you may feel more connected. You have a lot more mutual points, like, you know, in your relationships, where you can get connected easily. You understand each other better. When we share similar numbers, we can just feel like, that's my soulmate. If it's the same middle number, if it's outside, not always. If it's the same middle number, if it's the same karmic lessons, karmic tales, you can share similar stories as well, right? Relationships and love lines as well. So you can just, like, you feel something special with that person. You feel like you already know this person, because that's you. Sometimes if it's the same inside number and the same karmic lessons, I've seen that a lot in my practice. When couples come to me and it's exactly the same, they look at each other like mirrors. Like, you know, like if you hate about something in your partner, it means you have it too. And you gotta look at yourself as well. If your partner doesn't like something in you, he has it too. So that's also interesting always to see and use it as an opportunity to grow, to learn about yourself, especially if you share different numbers, and also help each other to grow and succeed, and go through some karmic lessons together and support each other. I'm trying to figure out US format for dates is months, date, and year. I know other places go from date, months, and year. Yes, the date and months changed. Does moving where I put my date matter? Should the birth date be on the left or the center top, or does it matter? Okay, so it does matter where you put your numbers. It's not going to affect, like, it doesn't matter where you put your day of birth and the months. In general, if you change them up, your karmic lessons are going to stay the same. Your inside number is going to stay the same. The whole chart inside will stay the same. If you mess up these two numbers, if you don't put them on the right, correct position, it's going to be fine. Nothing crazy is going to happen, because your inside lesson, your inside number, who you are, your karmic lessons, money, career, love, all of this is going to stay the same. Why it matters then? Because we need to see the energy, the outside energy, how other people see you, how other people perceive you. And the top energy, it is your destiny and the purpose and meaning of your soul. Why you came to this life. What's the main lesson of your soul for this life? How you are going to grow and succeed. Okay? So that's why it is important. That's why, let's say you were born on January 5th. It's first and fifth energy. If you mess them up, the mission of your soul is going to be different. The outside number is going to be different. So you can get confused and you will know the wrong information. So that's why the left number, that's why we start putting everything. The left number of our matrix of destiny chart, it is the day when you were born. Let's say I was born on September 17. So my left number will be 17. That's the outside number, how other people see me. And the top number is always your months when you were born. So September will be number 9. Okay? So even by messing up these two numbers, the chart inside, it's not going to affect it. But knowing the mission of your soul, it's going to mess it up. And the outside number as well. Okay? So that's why be careful with that and don't mess it up. Next question we have is, I just don't quite understand the love part. Like the numbers you get there are the qualities of your partner you should have. But what if you currently don't have a partner? My chart indicates 18, 12, and 6, but I have a lot of trouble trying to interrupt number 6 on all the areas I get: money, love, and karma. In general, number 6, it's the hardest number you can get, the hardest energy. There's a lot of negative sides of the 6 energy. I'm not going to spend right now time explaining all of the different positions for energy number 6, because this question is related specifically to the love part, which I want to cover and talk about. So the love part, it means not what kind of qualities you should have, but what qualities are important for you and you're gonna look for in the partner. If you don't have relationships right now, it's okay. It's for the future, because that's what you are looking for. That's what is going to be important for you, and that's what you need to know. Let's say if you have energy number 9 in your love line, energy number 9, it's all related, all about knowledge, about understanding, spiritual growth and development, learning about themselves, digging deeper, analyzing, like doing lots of thinking and researching. So meaning that if you have this number, like for you, it's important that your partner as well is focused on personal growth and development, always learning, always growing, digging deeper in the subject, like a wise person who wants to learn a lot of things in this world, who is focused on the spiritual aspect as well, who, I don't know, maybe meditates, who does different practices. It's just like extra level. I'm just trying to give you different qualities related to the energy number 9, right? So maybe a person who reads a lot, loves reading, that's going to be important for you, and that's what will work better for you. By having this person by your side, you will feel better, you will feel more fulfilled, happy, in harmony, in peace. This person will help you with all your energies as well, because as you could see, the love line shares the numbers with the money and shares with the karmic tail as well. So by having the person who, let's say, number 9, if you have number 9, the first one in your karmic tail, the number 9 is going to go to your love line as well. So meaning that you need a partner with the energy number 9, maybe born in September, born, I don't know, on 9th date of any month, or inside it's number 9 as well. So who will understand you better, who will guide you better, and who will help you with your number 9's energy, who will help you to grow, who will help you to deal with your karmic lessons as well. So that's why it's important when we know the love energies. We can see, okay, this person will help me with my karmic lessons. And if we have, let's say, number 9 in the money line as well, so the person next to you, your partner, by giving you this knowledge, by having a partner with this number, he or she will help you in your career and your finances. Focus on a personal growth and development will help you to succeed. Maybe will bring some knowledge to you and to your project which you are missing and you don't have enough of something. So that's why even if you are not in relationships right now, probably it's even sometimes better when you're not in relationships, at least you know for what you need to look for. If you are in relationships, let's say right now, you can go and check your love line, see 3 energies which you have, and check the matrix of destiny of your partner if he or she has all those energies anywhere, not in a love line. It doesn't have to be the love line, but if the person has it anywhere, the top number, the middle number, the karmic lessons, the money lessons, if the person has it, check it out, especially the middle number. Maybe your partner, for your partner, he or she has number 5 in a love line, and your inside number is number 5. So your partner can learn a lot from you, and you can help your partner to grow. You can share all your knowledge. You can learn from him as well, because this energy is teacher and student, so it's going to be a mutual exchange of information. So meaning that if your partner has it in love line, let's say number 5, it means that for your partner, it's important to have this exchange of information and knowledge with the partner. Always share something. Always both of you need to grow and learn and exchange of all those resources. That's going to be important. So again, by knowing all of those numbers and by knowing all of those qualities, like if it's number 12, let's say if you have in your love line number 12, it's again about helping and serving and taking care of other people, right? So again, I'm not going to go too deep in details explaining today all the love energies, but I hope you got an idea. So your love line does not have to be the same with your partner. No. What's more important is that whatever you have in your love line, your partner should have these qualities as well, because that's what's important for you. That's what will bring energy to your relationships. That's when you will exchange the energy. That's when you will learn, because it's again, the love line is part of the karmic tail and it's part of the money line. That's why we need to be aware of what kind of partner we choose and if there is an exchange of the energies. On my practice, since I work with both matrix of destiny, matrix of resources, in general, the compatibility, I build it on the matrix of resources. If you share any resources, if you sign up for the session with me, I always ask you, Are you in relationships? Why I always ask that? Because when we are in relationships, we exchange different resources and we exchange the energies. When we're kids, we get the resources from our parents if we live with them. So when we grow up, we exchange resources from our parents. Well, not from our parents, from our partners, sorry. So that's why I always check and sometimes ask, like, okay, I look at charts, the resources charts, and I ask people, like, okay, why are you together? You are not getting anything from the partner, you're not exchanging any resources, you're not giving to your partner anything, the partner not giving anything to you, you're not learning anything from each other. That's not mutual at all. And sometimes there's just no point of connection between people at all. Maybe some karmic lessons, because you can see again the karmic lessons, why this person was given to you, what karmic lesson you need to learn from that specific person. And yes, by knowing all of this, by combining and seeing numbers, the energies, and looking at the charts of yourself and your partner, you can see better, okay, that's where we exchange. That's what I give and what I get. That's where we help each other when it's mutual, right? Because that's always important. Next question, are there any karmic tales numbers related to love? The most, I would say, the karmic tale which is mostly related to love, if you have the energy number 6 and energy number 18, because they always go together, right? So if you have energy number 6, 18, I would say those ones are mostly related to love. 6, because 6 called the lovers. If you have number 6 in your karmic tale, that's the place for your growth. That's maybe you're having problems with your relationships, building romantic relationships. If you have energy number 6, a lot of lessons as well. And as I said, number 6 in general, it's not an easy number to have. Next question. Well, I don't know what's wrong with my chart, but I don't have 3 numbers. I have 2 and 1 number is like falling off to the left. I don't know what is that. Again, I feel like this question, you would probably see the number falling off. It's from different websites and from different apps where you try to calculate. So that's why I highly encourage you double checking and knowing how to calculate Matrix of Destiny by yourself. It's so simple. So simple. Even if you go online and you have the app or website building your Matrix of Destiny chart, double check the numbers. If it's a money line, for what we need, the middle number, we need to sum up 2 digits, right? That line and that line. You need to sum up 2 digits and what's in between. The number in between would be the sum of these 2 digits. Oh, sorry. So that's why it's probably falling off. So it's falling off, it's probably part of it, but love line should have 3 energies, the money line should have 3 energies, the karmic tail has 3 energies as well, and money karmic lesson, it's a year when you were born. Okay, so that's why I always say money line has 3 energies and separate karmic lesson. I don't take the money karmic lesson as part of the money line, because it's not really, because completely different things. It's a karmic lesson, and here are the energies for what kind of jobs you need to do, right? So that's why, again, I will link all the apps of different websites which are good and reliable, and where you can double check your Matrix of Destiny charts. But again, learn how to calculate it yourself. It's not that hard. If you do it a couple times for your friends and family, you will understand that it's actually pretty straightforward. Okay, next one is Hello, Lisa. Thank you so much for your explanation. I have a question. Does it have any significance to get in my love and money matrix the same three numbers? I got 6, 18, 12, and 12, 18, 6. Nothing significant. It happens. It happens pretty often. It just means sometimes I would say even you're lucky that you have the same numbers. It means you have less work to do. But it just means that those energies are more important to focus on. If in general you see any numbers getting repeated in your matrix of destiny chart, it just means pay more attention to it. That's the place for you to grow. That's a place for you to develop. In the case of these questions, if you have the same love and money energies, let's say if it's energy number 18, right? So it just means, because probably if it's the same, and there is also one energy would be probably the same for the karmic lesson. So one of those numbers, because they're all together, right? Like in a chain. So probably one of those energies, 6, 18, and 12, is part of the karmic tail as well, the first number. So that's why you got to just pay more attention to all of those numbers. That's definitely, if you work on these three energies, it's going to affect your career, your love, your money, your success, your health, in general fulfillment in life, the happiness in life, personal growth development, relationships with the world, with the people. So it's going to affect everything. So that's why if you see and you have any numbers getting repeated, it just means that you got to be more careful with all those energies. You got to understand them more, know all the positives and negative sides, and focus on them, and focus on making sure that they are positive and work on them, because they will affect a lot of different spheres of your life. But again, I see it pretty often. I see it also often when the karmic tail is the same as love sector. It happens a lot, and it's totally fine. It just means if you have the same karmic tail and you have the same love line, it just means that you gotta look for the partner who will help you with your karmic lesson. So let's say you have energy number 7 in your karmic tail and in your love line. And it just means that you need a partner who will be a leader, maybe the partner who will push you as well and be stronger, push you in your actions, in whatever you're doing. Maybe if you lack of this active energy, the partner next to you will bring it as well. So that's why it's important for you to have a partner with this energy, because he or she will stimulate you, push you forward if you struggle with any of them. So again, you can learn from each other and help each other a lot. So it's totally normal. Don't be scared when you see that some numbers are getting repeated. It just means it's important for you, especially for the people who had the number 9 energy. It's always 9, 9, 18, right? 9 and 18 would be the most important ones for you, but you gotta work a lot on it. People who have number 9 repeated a lot, it's a lot of work on yourself. It's a lot of work with ego. It's a lot of work with how you position yourself, how you talk to other people. It's a lot of work with being arrogant, being selfish sometimes, thinking about other people, how you talk, how you behave. Like it's a lot of work. So that's why the number 9, if you work on it, if you have it and it's repeated a lot, so if you work on it, it will help your relationships, it will help your career, it will help just in general your health and well-being, right? So if you have the number 9 also, it's also for those people it's important to spend time with themselves. So if you have it, you gotta make sure when you have a partner, that partner is okay, that when you go for a walk by yourself, that it's okay if you meditate by yourself and you spend some time by yourself, because people with these energies, with number 9, you guys do need to spend more time by yourself. And if you don't have a partner who understands that, that's going to be an issue, right? So that's why knowing all of that and knowing It again comes to the relationships, right? Everything everything comes to love and building relationships with others. So by knowing all of that and by understanding the numbers of your partner, you can understand your partner better. That's why if you're in relationships and you haven't built a chart for your partner yet, I highly encourage you to do that, because it helps a lot to understand who is your partner. Maybe you've been pissed at something for such a long time, but by looking at Matrix of Destiny, it will all make sense. So that's why I highly encourage you, so you will understand other people better. It's kind of also, professional downside. Personally, what I experience, I calculate the Matrix of Destiny charts for everyone and Matrix of Resources. In my family, everyone asks me, like, let's say if my mom wants to have a business with some partners, she sends me the date of birth and I calculate it and see how they're gonna work together with another partners, with another people, if it's a good fit or not, where's gonna have a problem. So it's kind of every time you go somewhere, you start feeling, because at this point, since I've been doing it for ages now, I can feel what kind of energy is this person, and I can understand other people better. And now every time I go somewhere, I want to know the date of birth, I want to calculate it. That's a downside effect being into numerology, because every time you go somewhere, you want to know the date of birth of that person. At least, in numerology, you just need the date of birth. You don't need the time as in astrology, right? Which makes it trickier to know and build the chart. In numerology, we just need the date of birth. So sometimes I will do the whole investigation in social media of other people, because I'm so obsessed with learning and knowing the date of birth of another person. So just by knowing that, I need to see, I need to know all of that. It's so important, and it makes a huge difference. So yeah, you will probably experience that as well by learning more about Matrix of Destiny and knowing in general more of numerology. But that's a downside when it comes to this profession. Last question. I feel like it's not even the question. It's kind of the thing which I wanted to briefly talk about, since many of you asked. I got a lot of these similar questions asking can you read my chart? Can you please help me to understand my chart? What careers are ideal for me if I have this energy? Can you please tell me my talents and career if I was born on that date? Can you tell me about my chart, born, career, love life? So a lot of questions when you asked me if I can read your chart. It's a lot of information. First of all, I'm sorry to say, but I cannot read your charts just in the comments, just in one video. It takes me about 2 hours when I have sessions with people. It takes me about 2 hours to explain Matrix of Resources and Matrix of Destiny. And as I said, I work with both always. And Matrix of Destiny also, during the session, I don't cover every single number. I don't cover the generation lines, only if it's necessary, only if it's urgent case. So that's why reading your chart, I would recommend, if you want your chart to be read, I recommend you to reach out to me directly and book a session with me. You can reach out to me on Instagram, you can email me, you can reach out on my Telegram as well. You can find all the link how to message me directly in the description below. And also for people who are subscribed to my YouTube channel, I do offer special pricing. Just use, I don't know, let's say the keyword spirit. I just came up with it. So just use the word spirit if you are interested in me reading your chart and explaining all your charts, because I do talk about ideal careers for you. We discuss it with you. I ask, what do you do? And we see if your work, whatever you are doing, I go through all three energies. I also come up with the business plans for you sometimes, because my background is in marketing. I worked for 5 years in marketing and business and branding. And I use all this knowledge as well to help other people, and I had my own business as well. I had my own language school. So I do help people to understand and come up with some business ideas as well, come up with some extraordinary ideas what to do for your career, for your finances. So, but it's so individual. I need to sit with you one-on-one, and I need to ask you some questions to understand what you are doing. I need to see your matrix of resources. I need to see the whole chart to tell you what careers are ideal for you, what are you doing, what are your interests. So that's why it requires time, and it requires us to sit one-on-one. And all my sessions, they are via Zoom online, one-on-one. As I said, 2 hours long. If we need more time, sometimes we go over time for 2.5 hours. I've had almost 3 hours. If it needs to be done, I will make sure that after the session with me, you leave by having the clarity what you need to do with your life, by having the clarity in your career, in your karmic lessons, who you are inside, what's the purpose. I'm not gonna let you go from my session until you understand all of this, until I explain it all to you. So that's why when you ask me to read your charts, unfortunately via comments or like recording the video like this, it's just not possible. It's gonna take forever for me to do and give you the proper information. Plus I need to sit with you in person. As I said, I need to know you and I need to talk to you, right? Not just through the comment section. So that's why reach out to me directly and book a private session with me directly, and use the code which I just came up with, which is Spirit, because I do offer the special pricing for all my YouTube subscribers. I've had it for quite some time, since the beginning of this year. So use it, and I will definitely help you and assist you with all your questions. And as I said, if you are in relationships, I also check the matrix of destiny and resources of your partner as well. If you have kids, like small kids from 0 age, the kids who were just born until the age of 3 or 5, I also work and do the chart for your kids as well, so you can understand how to approach your kids and the childhood for your kids, different activities, right? As a childhood, and a parenthood, what's important to know. And if you are in relationships, I do calculate the matrix of destiny for your partner as well, and I see some overlaps and try to come out with some maybe lessons you need. I combine the charts, your energy. So it's a lot of intense and in details work. So that's why I highly encourage you to book a session with me if you want to know more about your chart, or you can sign up for the classes, the private classes with me, where I teach you the numerology in general, everything what I know. And by signing up to those classes, you can calculate everything by yourself. I also cover your chart, your parents' chart, or everyone who could be, because it's a private classes. I tailor them specifically for your needs, what you want to know. So feel free to do that. I am here and I'm available. If you cannot afford it right now, it's not important for you right now, you don't want to do that at this present moment, feel free to write some questions below related to some of the energies. I will help you explaining more, and I will come up with some more videos like this and different other videos related to the matrix of destiny, explaining you different things. So feel free to comment below and ask me. But when it comes to reading your chart, again, it's a lot of time and it's a lot of work and it's a lot of my preparation, also building all the charts for you, resources and destiny matrices and charts, and also of your partner, if you're in relationships, of your kids, if you have small kids. So it's, I kind of see the whole picture of all the different energies around you. If it's business, if you also build a business with somebody, you know, you want to know if it's a good partner to work with, I do that too during the private session. So I want to make sure that I cover everything and after the session you know what to do with your life. I come up with an action plan for you, and I send you the recording as well. So you always have the recording. You can always get back to it at any moment of your day, any moment of your time. You can download it, rewatch it so many times if you're struggling, and you can always reach out to me and also ask all your questions. But that was it for today for the frequently asked questions related to the matrix of destiny. I hope you learned something new related to the matrix of destiny and related to numerology. And feel free to write me in the comments below what other questions you have and what other videos you want to have related to the matrix of destiny. And if you want again to book a session with me, feel free to reach out to me directly to do that. Thank you again everyone, and have a wonderful rest of your day, and I see you in my next videos. Bye bye.